As above, so below. You've probably heard of this term before, but what does it really mean? Hello beautiful beings, my name is Nick and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to dive a little bit into what does the as above so below mean, my interpretation of it, and other related subjects that I found really interesting. So let's start. So it basically means that whatever happens here on earth is happening at the same time in the astral plane, and vice versa. It comes originally from the Emerald Tablet and potentially holds the key to many mysteries. It is a little bit related on duality and how our universe works. Okay, so I see it like the metaphor slash verse written in the Bible saying that we were made in the image of God. Basically, we're made in the image of the universe, and the universe is a reflection of our inner world, but materialized. So we can apply this concept to so many different things. Okay, so first of all, the first example I really like is as above, we have the moon. So below, we have here, the earth, basically. And, the moon will affect how higher tides will go up to. And sometimes if we have a full moon, people will act a little more excited. People will act slightly differently when we have a full moon, let's say. So how our stars behave actually affects us here on Earth. It basically affects our whole experience. And why do you think we have so many older civilizations that were so obsessed with the stars and astronomy? So, to come back to the as above, so below thing, it's very peculiar if you think about it. Our galaxies, the planets move or revolves around the sun, and like the orbits basically is pretty much the exact same thing as how our atoms actually behave. The same kind of orbits, right? With our neutron, protons, and electrons. They basically use the same laws, the laws of physics. And nowadays we have really a much more deep understanding and knowledge of astronomy, which is really interesting. It's funny how we always try to find the answers for questions externally, when we can actually find all of these answers inside of us. They're already all inside of you, basically. Through our soul, our spirit body, Merkaba, meditation, through the Akashic records, through astral projection, dreams, and your intuition, etc. Just saying. And we have also astrology, seen as a woo-woo for a lot of other people, but that's fine. But I really believe it works from my own experience as well. So I find astrology absolutely fascinating. The position of the stars at our exact time of birth basically help dictate what our personality is like and our other personal traits. Have you ever checked your own astrological birth chart with your exact time of birth? It's some really mind-blowing stuff. I remember when I checked my own like a year or two ago, I was absolutely speechless, and my jaw dropped when I was reading. It's basically on how accurate it was on my own personality and my life in general. Anyways, the way I see it is that everything is connected. We are the universe, and the universe is us. We are basically all one, all from the same energy. The only difference is that we all have our own ego, and basically we're separated by ego. That's the only thing that really separates us, and that gives us the illusion of separation. We are just different sides from the same coin, so to speak. And it basically relates to the as within, so without. As without, so within. So whatever happens inside of you will basically be reflected outside of you. So if you're extremely sad, depressed, or even angry sometimes, basically you'll receive that same energy back to you afterwards, from outside of you and from other people. People will basically feel your vibe, feel your energy, and basically give you the same energy you're giving back in return. It's just a normal thing that happens. It's basically just like a mirror. And then we have the macro and the microcosm, like I was talking slightly earlier. So I've had this thought many years ago that basically our brains, but not just our brain, every single cell in our bodies are basically like stars in our universe, but in a much smaller scale and are somewhat interconnected. I believe that there's a connection between all of our stars and all of our galaxies and all of us as well, all throughout the whole known universe. Basically an actual cosmic web from the time of creation. But I think that this cosmic web is actually even connected to other worlds that we don't even understand yet. Or even worlds that are connected but outside of our world, but still have some sort of link. Maybe our external universe works in the same way our brain functions, to power up something much bigger that we don't understand because we're so tiny in this solar system inside a galaxy. Or who knows? Maybe our whole universe, our whole known universe, is basically just one cell inside the brain of, or it could be like our whole universe is like a neuron, is one neuron inside one brain of a much bigger human being in a way that we can't comprehend because we're so small. And the opposite could be true as well, that in every single cell in our body, there could be a separate universe that we don't understand because they're way too tiny that we can't even communicate with them. Everything is possible. You know what all of this reminds me of? Mandelbrot. I don't know if you've ever seen those kind of videos, but they're a little bit trippy. You should definitely take a look after this video. Just write Mandelbrot on YouTube. It's kind of like when you rub your eyes just a little bit too hard. You'll get what I mean. So because of this mirror mindset, I see as everyone around me as part of me, and I'm part of them. We are all one, we're all from the same energy, and we're basically all part of the universe together, all part of God if you're religious. For me, it's all the same thing. So always be careful on how you treat others, because it's indirectly how you treat yourself. And karma might just catch up to you if you're not careful about this. Okay, so in conclusion, always pay attention to what's in here, like your thoughts, your dreams, your mood, because it's a reflection of what's out there, and what's out there, it's a reflection of what's inside of you. It's just like a big fat mirror. And once you master your inner world, you'll be able to influence better the world outside of you. Even though we don't control everything that's happening in here on Earth, because we're not originally from here, we're only spirits or souls having a temporary human experience and are just borrowing this body basically during our temporary time here. But we're still co-creators of our own reality with our own thoughts and actions. And once you change yourself, then you can start having a ripple effect on others, the collective, and then trigger bigger changes in the world and manifest a better future. And even though it kind of looks all, a little doom and gloom right now on Earth with what's happening, as I would call it a global power overreach, protests all around the world are growing stronger and the message of freedom is spreading. So I'm pretty optimistic. It's like any story. When it looks like the bad guys are actually winning, it only means that the story is not over yet. And the truth will come out eventually. Love will win over everything in the end, like the everlasting love the universe has for us. Okay, so as above, so below, as within, so without. So basically become a beacon of light, truth, and love to all the people around you. And then your inner light might become like one ray of sunshine in a dark room. And a dark room would be like your surroundings, right? And that ray of sunshine will basically illuminate all of its surroundings because it's shine so bright. And since everything is a reflection, and what happens here is basically a reflection of what happens in the astral plane, well, your light might be reflected back in the astral plane. And your thoughts and actions here on this earth have a lot bigger impact than you naturally think. So always keep your smile, but always speak your truth, even if your truth might sound a little bit ugly, as long as it comes from a place of love and caring for others. I think you're on the right path. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Peace and love. And have a wonderful day. Beautiful beings. Love you all. See ya. Namaste.